what is your earliest memory of The Simpsons?
Tracy Ullman show. I was old
You
enough to actually.
you watched
yeah.
it.
Yep.
That
Yep.
oh no
The shorts.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came. What was it? 88 or 87. That was on Tracy Ullman. Maybe even before that, because maybe the Simpsons were out by then with their own show. But I want to say it was like 87 or 88.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it was like. It was on late at night, and it was always right before In Living Color, I think. I want to say. That might even be right, because Living Color was more 90s. So I'm mixing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a kind of brief history here. The Simpsons is an animated sitcom created by Matt Groening that first premiered on December 17th, 1989 on the Fox Broadcasting Company. The show follows the lives of the Simpsons, consisting of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie as they navigate through the ups and downs of everyday life in the fictional town of Springfield. It's funny to me, they never age a day. The idea for The Simpsons originated when Groening was approached by James L. Brooks, a producer who wanted to create animated shorts to air on the Tracy Ullman Show, and Groening came up with a dysfunctional family concept and named the characters after his own family members. The Simpsons made their debut as a series of animated shorts on the Tracy Ullman Show in 1987. The popularity of the shorts led to the development of a half-hour primetime animated sitcom, and on December 17, 1989, the first full-length episode of The Simpsons, titled Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire aired. The show quickly gained a dedicated fan base and became a cultural phenomenon known for its witty writing, lovable characters, and satirical take on American life. Yet over the years, The Simpsons has achieved numerous milestones. It's the longest-running scripted primetime television series in the United States, with more than 700 episodes as of 2021. The show has received a critical acclaim, numerous awards, including 34 Primetime Emmy Awards and a Peabody Award. The Simpsons is celebrated for its ability to entertain audiences of all ages while also offering social and cultural commentary. It has tackled a wide range of topics including politics, religion, popular culture, and everyday family dynamics, often using humor and satire to shed light on these subjects. But beyond television, The Simpsons has spawned a vast range of merchandise, video games, and even a full-length feature filmed in 2007, which became a commercial success. With its enduring legacy, The Simpsons continues to captivate audiences around the world, remaining a beloved, influential animated series that has made a significant impact on television history.
Also, another note, it was actually a college course at some point, I believe, if it still isn't, or if it still is.
Yeah.
I remember people talking about that. It was like a philosophy class or something. Simpsons Philosophy 101 or something like that.
Now
so
we have
come around.
Yeah, they have come around. What are some of your favorite episodes?
Well, by far, the number one was the chili cook-off one. I just had the name of it, and I went and changed it. It was called, oh shoot, The Voyage of Homer. Anyways, Homer. Yeah. He goes to a chili cook-off and gets a hold of a Guatemalan chili pepper and proceeds to go into this hallucinogenic trip through the deepest recesses of his mind. And he meets up with a talking coyote that's voiced by Johnny Cash, of all people.
It's actually one of my favorite episodes. So I think about that episode all the time too. It's actually one of the funniest. One episode that I think about. I mean, I think the one that really comes to mind for me to be my favorite is one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes when they do The Shining. And there's a scene.
Really?
There's a scene when Marge they're doing the scene when the wife has the bat and they're going up the stairs, and Jack Nicholson's like, all work, no play, and he's going up the stairs, and she's swinging the bat at him. She's swinging the bat at Homer. He's like, give me the bat, Marge. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. And then he goes exactly like this, word for word. He goes, give me the bat. Give me the boop boop boo boo boo, and then Marge smacks him in the face with the bat, and he tumbles down the stairs like a sack of potatoes. It is one of the funniest episodes I've ever seen in my life. There's also the Mr. Plow episode is actually very hilarious.
That'd be number 2 that I can remember. Yep.
The episode when Bart jumps over the gorge.
Well, I was gonna say that typical Homer fault.
Yeah, there's
Had one
also
on last night with him
there's
doing that.
also another funny episode where it may not just been the episode that was funny, but it was a moment with Principal Skinner and Seymour Chalmers, and Principal Skinner invites Chalmers over to his house for steamed hams. And, it's just like, oh, yeah, we're going to have some hamburger. He said we're going to have, I forgot what the dinner was. It was like spaghetti or linguine or something like that. And the Principal Skinner's kitchen gets caught on fire. And he comes out, he's like, oh, we have steamed hams. But what's funny is that they're just hamburgers. And he's like, what is going on in your kitchen? He's like, Aurora Borealis. He's like, Aurora Borealis. He says, in your house, in this part of the year, in this part of the country, one of the funniest episodes, but there's actually, so I have the top 10 episodes, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go down
34 years of making cartoons.
Yeah, I'm older than the Simpsons.
10.
Wow. So number 10 is and Maggie Makes 3. This episode is the 13th episode of the 6th season. This one has to do about this is the episode where Homer has all the pictures of Maggie on his wall. And, she wonders why there's no pictures of her and stuff like that. Number 10 is Lisa Substitute, which
I can remember one when I was a kid. It was the death of Bleeding Gums Murphy, or when he dies. And,
Bleeding Gums Murphy
on the bridge with him.
Yep,
I remember that one. That was the early one.
Number 9 is Lisa Substitute. Is the one where Lisa's teacher, Miss Hoover, becomes ill and has a substitute, Mr. Bergstrom, and Lisa enjoys his teaching methods and quickly develops a crush on him. That was a very controversial episode. But I think that, the thing about The Simpsons is that there's usually a lesson in the end. There was probably something, I can't remember that episode offhand, but I think I remember the substitute teacher being like, this is wrong. I don't remember. Number 8 is You Only Move Twice. And that episode is Homer accepts a new job and moves the family to Cypress Creek, where the perfect setting turns sour. And that's the episode where
Cypress Creek.
Yeah, so that's the episode where Homer works for this rich, global conglomerate guy, and they move into this this lodge, and then this whole 007 scenario happens near the end of the thing. It finds out that the guy's this evil supervillain. He has a missile inside his house.
I've never seen this one. I'll have to check that out.
It's actually a very good episode. Number 7 is Mr. Plow. Number 6 is Homer at the Bat, and Homer at the Bat is the episode. Burns hires 9 professional MLB players in order to win a $1 million bet. Homer and his co-workers qualify for the plant softball team's league final. That I do remember that when there was Cape Fear. Number 4 is Marge Be Not Proud. Number 3 is Last Exits of Springfield. Number 2 is Homer's Phobia. And number 1 is I actually agree with this one being number 1, is Marge versus the Monorail. And it's the episode, who played the guy? I think it was Tom Arnold.
I remember an episode with Monorail, but I don't. That's about it.
It's Phil Hartman.
Before he passed away. Okay.
Yeah, Phil Hartman was on The Simpsons.
A lot.
A lot. He was
Kent Trotman.
Yep.
That was the main one.
Actually, let me see.
Hello, I'm Ken Joppin. You might know me from such films as Ego Fantastical. I run with scissors.
Troy McClure was the guy's name. Troy McClure. Hi, this is Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as da 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 da. That was Phil Hartman. And Lyle Landley, and he does Lionel Hutz too, the lawyer.
Okay, that's right.
Lionel Hutz. But that is actually a really good episode. Marge versus the Monorail. I do have 10 facts here. Number 10, The Simpsons has been praised for its social and cultural commentary, tackling a wide range of topics such as politics, religion, and popular trends with its trademark humor and satire. Number 9, it has won 34 Primetime Emmy Awards and the Peabody Awards for its contributions to television. Number 8, the fictional brand Duff Beer became so popular that it led to the creation of real-life licensed versions of the beer in some countries.
Yep.
Number 7, the show is known for its extensive list of celebrity guest stars, including Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, Lady Gaga, among many others. The Michael Jackson episode is actually one of the most memorable ones, too.
That's another one I remember, Yep.
The opening sequence of The Simpsons featuring the family on the couch is one of the most recognizable and parody television intros of all time. The voice actors are highly talented, many of them voicing multiple characters. For example, Dan Castellaneta voices Homer, Krusty the Clown, and Barney Gumble. Number 4, The Simpsons it's in the town of Springfield, but it's been very ambiguous where it actually is. A lot of people think it's Michigan. A lot of people think it's New Jersey. It's
Illinois.
Illinois is another one. Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, named the characters after his own family, with Bart being an anagram of brat. Number 2, the characters of The Simpsons first appeared obviously in the Tracy Ullman Show. And number 1, longest running primetime television series in the United States with 700 episodes. And one fact that's not here is that Conan O'Brien started his career on The Simpsons.
Being a writer?
Mm-hmm.
He was writing for Saturday Night Live, too, at some point. So he was doing a lot of writing back then. I remember having a conversation with one of my friends a while back, like what was the best window or seasons, if you will.
Yeah.
And there was always this from season 5 to season 10 was the window. It was the mid 90s, and whoever they had writing probably was Conan. He was probably one of them, but just their storylines were definitely broader than where they had started off at.
Yeah, I also now The Simpsons is also popular for telling the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Forgot about that.
I got a few of them here. So the first one here is Donald Trump's presidency. In the episode Bart to the Future, season 11, episode 17, aired in 2000. Lisa becomes the president of the United States after a term of President Trump. This prediction becomes a topic of interest when Donald Trump was elected as the 45th president of the United States in 2016. Number 2 is smartwatches. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, season 6, episode 19, aired in 1995, Lisa's future fiance is shown using a similar device to a smartwatch, which accurately predicted the rise of wearable technology.
Really?
Number 3. The episode Elementary School Musical, season 22, episode 1, aired in 2010, depicts a scene where a poster reads Nobel Prize, Milhouse. In 2016, a scientific paper by a group of scientists led by a researcher named Michael Kosterlitz referenced this episode when he won the Nobel Prize in Physics.
Wow. There's a lot of connections to The Simpsons. It's kind of that 8 degrees of knowing Kevin Bacon kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Simpsons has had a little bit of everything. Homages.
Yep. And the last one, the FIFA corruption scandal. In the episode You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee, season 25, episode 16, aired in 2014, and the show satirizes FIFA's corruption scandal, which later unfolded in real life in 2015 with high-profile arrests and charges against FIFA officials.
Huh. I must wonder if he's got some inside info.
But they
You know,
said
this is how.
well, they said that about Kubrick.
Yeah, true. I really want to see that Kubrick episode now, the Shining one.
Oh, it's
Simpsons one.
hilarious.
Check
You know,
that one out,
you know,
too.
I'll show it to you after we finish this. I'll show you that
Mhm.
one. Let's get on to the renders. Why don't we?
Let's show some Simpson art.
Let's do it.
I have this floating cat hair around me. I apologize if I blow in the
No.
microphone.
No, it's okay.
I'm furry.
Number one. Talk to me about this one.
So I wanted some kind of movie reference, starting out with my ideas, and I wanted to have Bart be like the main focus. And I was thinking, why not throw him into Dune? So I had different prompts, but the main description was Bart Simpson is Muad'Dib from Frank Herbert's book Dune. And I added other ones. I don't have the actual prompt that I ended up with. But that's basically the main description of it.
Okay.
I had a few of those. I had one where he had blonde hair and he looked more like Sting, you know, the other character. But I wanted to kind of stick with the Muad'Dib, the hero of it.
Yeah, I get Dune vibes looking at this one.
Mm-hmm. Like how that turned out.
I do too.
Because it is a Simpson art, but it looks like it's been manipulated. Like maybe another artist has their version of it, how the Simpsons look.
Mid-Journey was very interesting how it portrays the Simpsons and what prompts you put on it. A huge fan of graffiti. I always think I've seen minimal Simpsons graffiti around, you know, like in New York and things like this and stuff like that. But one thing that I really like is when they do like the full paint on the trains. I'm a sucker for subways
Mural?
and stuff like that. Yeah, they put like a mural on the trains.
Oh.
And this one actually came out really cool. And what's funny about this one is that, well, Bart looks like he's wearing like a full one-person onesie.
Are those like rails or bars up on it?
So I don't know what that is. It looks like maybe that might be like a window in the bottom or something, maybe like an escape mechanism. I know that if they were windows, they would be up top because it
maybe
looks
luggage.
It looks exactly like the window.
Yeah.
That you usually see in the subways, except it's in the bottom. But it looks like Bart's holding on to the bar.
Like a luggage rack they can store stuff underneath or something possibly.
Yeah, probably. You never know.
You never know.
What's this?
Okay, so I had this crazy idea. I would love to see like if the Simpsons did like a whole season of like science documentaries. Like this picture is supposed to be like Neil deGrasse Tyson explaining like the cosmos and stuff like that. But I was like, well, that would be awesome if Matt Groening did like a whole season or series of just like something to do with astronomy or, you know, some science stuff, and then have Neil on there and some other people.
Yeah,
Heck, they can have Einstein on there. It's a cartoon they have, so I mean they could do anything. But I just thought that would actually be a cool idea if they had like a whole season of it. You know, they've done episodes where they've had like no scientists on there, but what if they turn that into a whole 12 episode series? I would watch it. I'd pay for it.
Nice little spoil. I mean, Disney's been doing interesting stuff with The Simpsons lately. If you haven't noticed, they have like a Loki spinoff, a Star Wars spinoff. Yeah, it's like little 15-minute shorts, but they're cool. They work, you know.
That's how they get people interested, and they build up. Build up hype around it to where they can actually get funding to do it.
Yeah,
that's how Deadpool started. I mean,
that's actually very true. So I was
see this one.
So this one I actually really like a lot. I got inspiration from some of my wife's paintings that she has here up on my wall, where the trippy drip art is around. I'm also
she paints.
She does.
What does she paint? Oils, acrylics, mostly.
Anything she could get her hands on.
cool. I'll have to see them.
You know, I'll show you the stuff that's up on the wall later.
Yeah.
But this one I was actually kind of inspired when I all I did was look up, and she does like these. She's made like trippy Simpsons art for me for the wall, and I wanted to multiply that and kind of add that in because she's done Marge and Bart for me, so I did Homer for this one. And you know, he's there drinking his beer, you know, kind of just regular. It's very trippy. I put drippy graffiti art.
Drippy, I love it.
Drippy graffiti art, and it came out exactly how I wanted it to as well.
I like it. And you know how we were discussing how a lot of our pictures, they didn't have the pupil in the eyes?
Yep.
This is okay because he's out of his gourd at the moment, so he has no pupils.
Tell me about this one.
So I'm pretty sure they've probably done this, The Simpsons, where they've done Twilight Zone episodes. It's probably part of their Treehouse of Horror, where they've done like a Twilight Zone. But I threw that in as a command. I wanted to see like what it would do. I actually, for this, do remember putting in, I want to see characters that are not ordinarily on the show, basically just for this episode. So it gave me a bunch of characters that are just kind of random, basically, but I like how it turned out.
I like that you put Twilight Zone. I when I first looked at it, I thought we were looking at something maybe like from the X-Files or something, which the Simpsons have done that too. They've done like an X-Files thing before, which came out hilarious. But this one came out really cool. Twilight Zone.
I remember when Mr. Burns, they used to inject him with, like, what was it, uranium or something? He would glow at night.
Yep.
And then Homer thought he was an alien, and they'd play the X-Files.
I completely forgot. How could we forget the episode when Mr. Burns got shot?
Yeah.
That was a two-parter.
Yeah.
That was a two-parter, man. Next.
And that's an actual storyline that continues, too, every now and then. You'll see, like, Homer will hold up Maggie to Burns. He'll be like, no, not after what happened. You know.
Yep.
He'll still carry that on.
So right here, I went back with the drippy graffiti art. This time I did Bart skateboarding. Bart is very famous for skateboarding, and actually when I was a kid, I thought that would be a part of my thing. Obviously, I didn't become a skateboarder. But this definitely portrays like that style that I was looking for. He's very rebellious. He kind of just goes in. He's skateboarding there. Cars are coming, and he just doesn't care. He's Dennis the Menace.
The old 80s fat boards.
Yep.
Those have come back now. I've seen people riding those.
All right. Are you ready for your last one?
This is the last one.
Your last one is...
You're deprived of oxygen.
This one.
So I wanted to see.
I love how this came out.
I like, the one thing I noticed, and I'm sure you will too, is that Marge was missing a hand.
Yes.
And I didn't really plan on that, but then I was like, well, it's a Kurosawa.
There's a story to tell here.
Yes. Yep. So I wanted like a Simpsons homage to Kurosawa films. I was trying to go for like a Seven Samurai specifically, but it came out with this, and I was like, okay, well, I can roll with this. So what happened was Marge was prearranged to be married to someone else, like they do in Japanese culture back then, and she wasn't going to have it, so her and Homer ran off together. But before they could run off, her husband to be wed chopped her hand off, and then they ran away, and Homer's kind of avenging her as they go by killing off the guy's henchmen and stuff.
Yeah.
So it turned into like a little story that I was like, oh, I like this. I could actually do that.
I like that story, actually.
Yeah.
It works. It would be a nice little tale to tell.
Mm-hmm. Tale to tell.
And my last one, of course, I always got to bring New York City into the picture. I always got to do it. So I want to see what New York would look like in like the type of Simpsons art. And what I love about this is that it shows off the Staten Island Ferry, the Staten Island ferries, and the bays and stuff. You got some of the New York buildings there. I want to say, the if that's the Freedom Tower, and if that's
It looks pretty accurate,
the
actually.
Empire, and if that's the Empire State Building, I think they're kind of flipped over, but they got Madison Square Garden in there, which is interesting. But this came out so cool. It came out
We usually don't see the harbors from that angle usually either, so I kind of like how that looks.
Yeah, I love how this came out. Very Mac Groening style. I messed around with a lot of these. I was very happy with it.
I remember a kid, I was probably still in elementary school when that was becoming popular.
Yeah.
And he could draw The Simpsons verbatim. He was really good at that stuff. I kind of dabbled around with drawing Simpsons.
Yeah.
Little funny story before we go. I can remember going to the fairs as a kid. They have t-shirts to sell there and stuff. And I remember buying a Bart Simpson t-shirt. I was, elementary school, so I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought it was a cool looking t-shirt. I get back to my parents, and he was stoned basically. His eyes were all like red and all that. So I guess it was like a drug reference. So I had to take the shirt back and get a different one. But I thought that was funny.
Yeah, The Simpsons. We literally grew up with the characters. We know the stories. We know the controversies, and it's so cool because there was 7 different things that I found out that kept the show running and that kept it going. It became a significant part of pop culture because of longevity. Catchphrases and quotes, like "dough" and "eat my shorts."
Yep. Don't have a cow, man.
Constant references, constant cultural references, impact on animation, guest appearances, social commentary, fan community. There are so many things that make the show why it's been around
South
for so
Park
long.
And like Family Guy and all them, they'll make homages to Simpsons all the time. Like they'll even say it like, "Oh, the Simpsons already did it."
Yeah.
I believe that was a South Park episode, actually.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I will always be a fan. And I can't wait to see more.
It seems like, too, as I gotten older, I appreciate all the episodes, because I can remember maybe watching when I was younger and maybe not being engrossed into them now, but I don't think I've watched an episode in years that I've not liked. They're just well written.
Yeah. And so next week, we're doing sports. This is going to be very interesting because I only like baseball. But
I was just thinking about that, John. Are you a disc golfer? That counts as a sport now.
Everything counts as a sport. Esports.
That's true.
There's there's esports. There's
slapping. Have you seen those videos? People
the slap boxing. That's a sport.
They slap each other.
Guys, next week is going to be a fun episode. So
tune in.
Join us for that one. After that, and then after sports, we're doing oceans.
That'll be some good t-shirt designs right there. I'm really into ocean stuff. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we're doing sports, oceans, food, Geiger, and laser.
Interesting mix of subject matter. Those will be cool.
Yeah, those will be fun. But guys, tune in next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a review. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or wherever you're listening to this podcast or watching this podcast from right now, even on YouTube, let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you guys. We want to be more interactive with our fans. We're up to a really good amount, and we want to hear from you guys. We really do. So just send us
the more we grow, we want to know what's going on with you guys.
Yeah, send us an email at theartificialmindpodcast@gmail.com. Let me get this right. Hang on. Our email is theartificialmindpodcast@gmail.com. check out our link tree, www.linktree.com/
We have our
the
products
Artificial
there.
Mind podcast. Yep, check out our merch. You could also, if you want a direct source, go on www.cleansanchezmedia.com. You can get a direct link to the Artificial Mind and all of its stuff.
Array of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
You just added some stuff again, didn't you? Have your like beach. Is it your beach stuff?
Yeah.
Beach prints. Okay.
Yep.
I
Make
saw
sure you-
those. It was pretty cool.
All done with Midjourney AI art, baby.
There you go.
Yep. Well, guys, see you next time. C'est la vie. Yes, sera.
Enjoy your weekend, y'all.
Yep.
See